Okay, we're live. We're rolling. Eric, how are you doing today?
3, 2, 1. Rick is, I'm doing all right. It's been a good day.
Nice.
A little groggy, a little sleepy, but for the most part, good.
Good. Yeah. What was your weekend like?
Weekend was quiet. Highlight would be my mom ate a Norwegian style traditional morning breakfast for brunch.
Yep.
And that was quite delicious.
Nice.
That was yesterday, Sunday morning. So Saturday and Friday were pretty low key. Watched a bit of baseball, some football, CFL.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which the Stamps game?
Yep.
Nice. Did they win?
You know what? I can't remember the final score.
Okay, we'll check it
I'm
out.
gonna check that right now. It's really
Yeah.
quick.
And you watched the Jays game or a different
I
baseball
did.
game?
I watched the Jays. I also watched, I think it was a Phillies game.
Okay, yeah.
Because I know your brother Malcolm's a big Phillies
Yep.
fan. But yeah, I watched. Yeah, so Calgary, they won. They won by 1 point, 28-27 against Winnipeg.
Hell yeah.
And that was on Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it when the Stamps win. I like it when the Jays win. I like it when the Padres win. And I like it when the Flames win. And the Chargers. Those are like
Those are the
main,
core teams.
the big sports. Oh, and for basketball, I guess the Raptors.
Yeah.
I'm a little more agnostic on. I'm not a big fan of actually the NBA right now.
Nor I.
I don't think it's very fun to it's not very entertaining to watch.
Traditionalists would completely agree with you. Like, obviously there's this new era of basketball, which is basically just shooting 3-pointers.
Yeah.
And everyone has like a similar style. I could be way off on this. But like, you look back 15, 20 years, it was way more like individual styles, and it was more like in the paint stuff, and like now it's a lot of perimeter shooting, and it gets kind of, I don't want to say stale, but yeah.
I think stale is a good word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's stale. I think it's not as the competition factor's not there. Like it's like
I didn't really watch a lot of this year's NBA Finals. I know OKC won.
I didn't watch it because I don't really care about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know viewership has gone down like a good chunk for the NBA over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was talking to people about when the Raptors won in 2019, or was that must have been 2019.
Yeah, around that time anyways. Yeah.
That was really cool. To see Toronto win their first NBA championship.
Yeah.
With Kawhi Leonard, that guy he's so cool. You know, that was a really cool moment, I think.
Yeah.
Even as a country, that was it's something everyone could rally behind. So, yeah, that was cool. But yeah, I don't know. And the Rough Riders, I like when the Rough Riders win.
Yeah, your Saskatchewan blood coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're off to a pretty good start this year.
Do you follow? I think it's a Regina. It's called Just Bins. It's like a social media. It's like an Instagram, Twitter account, and it's a what do you call it? It's like a junk removal company. It's like they have like the big bins, like garbage bins, but their social media is all just kind of local news / politics.
I didn't know.
And it's pretty unhinged. So like they'll like show like like altercations with the police of like or homeless people doing crazy stuff, or people on drugs doing crazy stuff, but all in Regina, or kind of like
Saskatchewan.
or they do like they talk about like road closures, or if there's like a crazy accident, they'll like it's cool. I'm a fan of like
that sounds.
I'm
really
a fan of businesses doing that, honestly.
Well, it's quite a way to like market your product.
100%, yeah. So, just speaking about Saskatchewan, that reminded me of that. So, I'm a huge fan of that account.
And it's called Just Bins.
Just Bins, yeah. Then you kind of get like a perspective, like a Saskatchewan perspective on things as well too.
Wild.
Yeah. So.
Have you ever been to Saskatchewan?
Yeah, for a baseball tournament when I think it was grade 9 or maybe grade 10.
And where were you?
We went. It was in Regina.
Okay.
And we went, actually, it might have been grade 11. I'm not sure. I don't know. Sometimes when I was younger.
Yep.
Had a baseball tournament. Sorry, did I say basketball first?
Baseball.
Okay, baseball. I did say baseball. Some memorable moments from that experience. It was my first time. I was over 16, so it must have been either 10, 11, I think. Yeah. So because I drove with my parents, but I was in the driver's seat and I was driving. And I thought that's what I've come to the conclusion, because there's like a lot of, there's a lot of rhetoric that I grew up with where it's like Saskatchewan's flat. And it is. It's a flat place.
Yeah.
However, on Highway 1, when you're driving through Saskatchewan, there's actually quite a bit of hills.
100%.
And they're not big hills, but there's a lot of ups and downs in the hills.
Yep.
Okay? When you go past Saskatchewan and move into, Manitoba,
yep.
Highway 1 is dead flat, like for the whole province, pretty much.
Really?
So I always thought, it's a bit of a misnomer to call Saskatchewan flat, because my experience with it, even though it's just the highway, is there's a bit more hills on Highway 1 in Saskatchewan, and it's super flat in Manitoba.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that before, but, I know, I shouldn't say that. I know Saskatchewan is more like, there are hills through experience. I used to go every summer growing up, sort of thing. But I've never been to Manitoba, so I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The way I picture Manitoba would be quite like foresty, wooded, and like lakes.
Yeah.
Kind of lakes. But I'm not sure. I've never been.
Yeah. Yeah. From my experience, which again is just the highway and a little bit into Winnipeg.
Yep.
Yeah. No, there was no real trees. It was all farmland. It was dead.
Really?
It was like flat. It was like you put a level, and it would be like, it would say it's level.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Interesting, because the furthest east I've been is Saskatoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I've been to BC a lot, but yeah, I don't really have much of a reference point for like half of the country.
Yeah.
Or like 75% of it. But, yeah.
We should do a wheel across Canada.
Take the train or something.
I was thinking
yeah, that would be hilarious.
That'd be an interesting trip.
You could do it. It would take forever.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting trip. Yeah.
Unless you could keep it hooked up.
Or like a replaceable, like you'd have like
another chair.
I was thinking like a replaceable battery.
I don't know if that would
like change it out sense. Kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be good if you just throw in like a lithium battery.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Do it.
Let's we'll keep that on the back burner. We'll think about that one. But going back to this, my baseball tournament in Regina. Go there. Some interesting things. Someone, I don't think it was me. This was a long time ago, so I'm pretty sure it was not me. I hope it wasn't me. But there was a foul ball, and it went over like the backstop fence into the parking lot, smashed someone's back window. So it hit it was like a sedan, like a car, hit the back window, smashed it. So that was an interesting thing that happened.
Oh, wow.
Other interesting thing, our car, I had my baseball stuff in the back. After like a game or something, we all went out to dinner, and our car got broken into, and they stole my baseball bag.
No way.
And there was like other stuff in the car, but they didn't take other stuff.
Why did they just take your
They
bag?
just took my baseball bag. I don't know.
That is horrendous.
So
what happened after that?
Nothing really. We went to a baseball store and I got a new glove.
and just re-upped on everything.
Yeah, pretty much. And then
you'd have to.
Yeah, I was like, we still had games, man.
You gotta track them down.
Yeah. And I also, I don't know why I remember this, but I remember being in Regina, and then my friend, like a guy on my team, was there with his mom, and he was driving around in between games, and I was in his car, and he drove stick. manual, and I was fuck, I need to be able to do this. Yeah, which I can now. But at the moment, he was like doing it really well, like in like a lot more confident than I was at the time. So I was like, I need to get better at this.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't have very much experience driving manual or stick, but it's you're very clunky at first, obviously, but yeah, it's you need a bit of a defined touch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A friend's dad put it to me. It's like, when it comes to learning manual, what happens is you drive, you stall the car a lot, mm-hmm. and then you don't really ever stall it again.
Yeah.
There's like fair. Yeah. Which is, not necessarily true, but it becomes, once you kind of get the hang of it, then it's like, okay.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So, so that was my experience with Regina.
Have you ever driven a truck or owned it? Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you like a truck versus like an SUV?
I like the utility of having something to throw shit in mm-hmm. the back. I like probably the actual driving experience of an SUV or a car more, because it's quiet. It's typically quieter.
Yeah.
And and then it's parking's easier typically, and it's not. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like for me at least. I don't think it's a huge difference, but I don't know. There's a difference. Yeah.
100%. I remember my dad taught me to always reverse into parking spots in the truck.
Yeah, that's a good advice. Yeah.
But I've never been able to drive an SUV. Like I don't think I've just never had the opportunity because I always had the truck or my dad's truck.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. A little coffee break here.
Thank you.
Coffee action. Yeah, I went and got, remember the Honda Ridgeline, the black truck?
Yes.
That I had? There's something going on with it right now. I was in it today, doing my non-new, pretty much, I keep telling him to start a compost pile, but I don't know, he's got kind of old man logic. He doesn't want to do that. He's like, no, we'll just take it to the dump.
Yeah.
And then so he cuts down all of these branches or cuttings from like trees and hedges and bushes and stuff on his property. And so I've been going with him to put it, and I load it all into the truck and take it to the dump with him. And
dump runs.
Yeah. And so he got impatient because I went camping this weekend, and he's like, oh, okay, I need a truck. And so he took the black, like the Ridgeline, mm-hmm. And he started loading it in himself. And so we were doing that today, but there's something going on with it because it's an 07. It's just under 250,000 miles, so 250,000 miles. Mm-hmm. Is that right? 250, yeah, 200, just under 250,000 miles, and that's like it's almost 400,000 kilometers, and so there's something going on with it right now. If you're idling, and for anyone who's a mechanic in the audience or is mechanically inclined or knows anything about Honda Ridgelines, comment what you think might be the problem with this, because I'm trying to figure out what it is or diagnose it. Mm-hmm. But what happens essentially is you're driving and just the engine is heating up, and so it will hit the little too hot line, but not right away. It's like a kind of a slow creep gradual up. And then if you're on the highway and you're going fast enough, mm-hmm. like the wind will cool it down, right? But then if you're going too slow, or if you're going up a hill, or like you have to rev up kind of bit, then it will go up. But you can kind of like drive it and like kind of like do stuff to like kind of like bring the temperature down a little bit. And so we did the dump run, and then I'm like, and then my non-new, he's just like, when was the last time you took it for an oil change? And it wasn't ready for the next oil change, but we're like, okay, well, maybe let's do that and then see if they can tell anything. So we go to like a Mr. Lube, and like for the audience out there, I'm not a very mechanically inclined guy. I know a little bit about stuff, but I wouldn't say that's my forte by any means.
Nor I.
So we go, and he tops up the coolant. He said the coolant's a little low, but like maybe you could wash it out. But it's like you're not really like I had done that. The problem is I had flushed the coolant before, and he told me like all like the milestones to like to change all of like these fluids, and I've been pretty consistent with the oil change. I've been pretty, and then Rob and I changed the transmission fluid a couple maybe like 2 years ago or something like that, and then he was like, okay, you probably want to change the differential fluid, and then there was another fluid, and he said the power steering fluid was fine, but he was like, oh, like your fans, you might want to check the electrical or the fuse boxes on those because those might not be running, and that's what I think it is. I think it's like those fans aren't running. But I don't really know. So
that will be diagnosed.
Yeah, to be diagnosed. Yeah. And then we have this other, we have a GMC Sierra. Oh yeah, this is also, if there's any mechanics or mechanically inclined people. So my non-new's driving that truck right now, and I'm driving this blue GMC Sierra. Oh, I don't know what year it is. I think it's 2014 or 2015.
It looks like that.
It looks kind of around that vintage.
Yeah.
And I was looking this up because this happened to me for the first time the other day. I was backing into a parking spot, and I backed in, and then I like turned the wheel while I was backing in, and it was a tight spot, and then just the whole car turned off. It just died. And I was like, oh, what the hell? And then I was like looking to diagnose it. I was seeing what was going on, and then I had my mom come, and she boosted me. Do you need to pick that up? No. Okay. So she gave me a boost, and then it was fine. Like, haven't had any problems with that. That was probably last week. Yeah. And then, just as I'm driving in here to Eric's house, to his driveway, I turn in, not backing up this time, forwards, driving into the driveway, and I feel like, because what happened last time was when I was backing in, it felt like I was making a turn, and then there was like, it felt like the power steering gave out, and so I had to like kind of muscle the wheel, and it kind of felt like that as I turned in, but it wasn't like a crazy thing. It was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then I turned the car off, and the little gauges don't go back to zero. I'm like, uh-oh, that's not a good sign. So I try turning it on, and it's totally dead again. So I'm going to jump that after the podcast here, and got to take it in. Yeah, I saw that one. I was seeing online that it's a common that the negative like power cable that connects to the battery can like be faulty. Mm-hmm. So I might just have to replace that, but I'm not sure.
Well, hopefully it's an easy fix.
Hopefully, yeah.
A bit of a double whammy.
Yeah, a bit of a double whammy, but we'll see. It kind of goes that way. Yeah.
There's
always something. But speaking of the Honda Ridgeline, I'm very impressed with it because it's lived a long time. Yeah, it's gone from Calgary. It's gone from originally it started its life at least in our family. I think my non-new bought it in the States. So my non-new, for those out there who don't know what a non-new is, it's like it's your grandpa. It's like the Italian word for grandpa. So he bought it in the States in, I think, new 2007. And it's gone from the States. It's been driven up to Calgary. It's gone from Calgary all the way to Kingston and back 2 times. It's gone to Kingston and back. So Kingston, Ontario. So all the way to Ontario and back. And then again. And then it went all the way to Halifax and back. And then it's gone all the way out to Tofino. So it's literally been coast to coast. it's the only place it hasn't been in North America is Mexico.
That's wild.
Yeah. So it's been good to family. Yeah. So I got it. I bought it off like at a great deal from my nonnu in high school.
Right.
And because originally my very first car was my grandma's Lexus ES300, which is a great first car. And it was like, it was sick. But my brother drove that, and we have interesting first car stories, yes, because both of our brothers crashed our...
Yes.
Yeah, so for Malcolm it wasn't his fault because he stopped and the person came from behind and like hit him, and then he hit the car in front, so they kind of sandwiched him. And luckily he was fine, but the car was totaled.
Oh, wow.
So R.I.P. And then, your first car story?
John was driving the GMC Sierra, and I think it was like an 05 or an 06 model year. But he was turning left onto 17th Ave by Calgary Academy. And there's he had a bit of a blind zone, and as he was merging, I think the Mercedes was merging into the left lane from the right lane as John was merging onto 17th, and then he totaled the car.
Yeah.
Bye-bye truck.
Damn.
Yeah. Or at least that's how he tells it. But yeah, R.I.P. truck. I love that truck. Yeah, that was a lot of...
That was a good truck.
It lasted a long while. I did not treat it the best at times. But she was a warrior, so... R.I.P.
Yeah.
GMC Sierra.
Yeah. Rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good cars, though.
They're in car heaven somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking down at us right now. Yeah.
We get up there. Our old cars are there.
Yeah, it's not not your family that you see when you pass away, go to heaven. It's your car. Your first car.
You hug the hood.
Yeah. I missed you. Back when life was so much more simple. Yeah. That's funny. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know how we got on that, but
that's all right.
Yeah, who cares?
What else is happening?
You were saying, hit me up with some politics stuff. What's going on? I've been out of I went out into the woods.
Yep.
This weekend, and even before that, I was neglecting looking at the news to save my mental health. But
yeah, fair.
Let me know what's going on.
Well, okay. So as I understand it, people are still really pissed off about the Epstein files.
Oh, super. And rightfully so.
100%. So, but whenever you look up something like Trump, it seems like they're pushing something new every day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you saw today that they're like enlisting like the National Guard, and Trump's putting the like Metro Police in Washington under like federal control. I don't even know why, to be honest. Like, I just saw that. I only saw the headlines on YouTube. So I know people are freaking out about that. I know that recently I don't want to say the head of the department, the DOJ. No, that one makes sense. The head of Homeland Security.
Okay.
That's who it is.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that too. Anyways, someone. Federal politician at some level had just ordered the warrant for the arrest of the president of Venezuela, and they put a $50 million bounty.
Whoa!
But it's alive on this guy's head.
Oh, to get him alive?
Yeah.
Whoa! Interesting.
Is that crazy? And then, but all the comments on the YouTube video are, release the Epstein files. Release the Epstein files.
No one cares about all this other shit. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's on every single post that they put out now. So I don't know. The U.S. is in a wild place right now. Have you heard of the South Park episodes they've been doing?
I watched the last one.
There's two.
I watched the one where... who is it that they go to Mar-a-Lago? That the ice one. What's the counselor's name? Mr. Mackey?
Mr. Mackey.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I watched that today as well.
That was good, man. That was hilarious.
Really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all worried about how it's like, oh my God, about making their nut.
Yeah.
And Clive is like Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Well, Cartman does the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like debating, like people, whether it's the left or the right, but like debating on like college campuses and stuff like that.
I think it started out fine, but then like everything got commoditized and then just became about engagement farming.
100%.
Yeah, it's like it started as like, oh, like let's
have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation, and then it turned into like, oh shit, if we just rile people up, then we can make a lot of money about this.
Yeah,
like,
and
we get views and way more money from doing that than what we originally started.
Yeah.
So let's just do that.
100%.
Yeah.
And everyone's like making merch and like
which, you know, I get, like, money is awesome. Yeah, like...
I mean...
Yeah. You know, money and fame, it's like, there's a reason, like, you know, people go after that, but,
it just
like...
kind of sucks when it infiltrates, like, the wrong... how do I say this? Not the wrong, like... I don't know. I'm having a brain fart here. I'm just not sure how... it affects like the right like areas, I guess.
Yeah, when it gets in the way of truth. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like if some things need to be pure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like an open dialogue should be.
Yeah. Not everything has to be a business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
like the sanctity.
Yeah.
Of certain things.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's like I think there's like a lot of, I think there's like a lot of pressure. I don't even know exactly how to. I don't even know really how to describe that. But yeah, there's definitely...
It's a complicated thing.
Yeah, I think there is like a lot of privatization of like these... where there's like all these like pressures where you once had these institutions protecting these things that are... They haven't adapted to the new media technology landscape. Yeah. And so that they're currently failing at their job of like protecting these things of like nuanced like debate, and it's not and then so it just becomes like this hyper commoditized commercialized space of like outrage because having a nuanced conversation versus a inflammatory conversation, the economics shift in the way of the inflammatory conversation. But I also think, I don't know, it's very dynamic. It's shifting.
Yeah.
Do you know what is a crazy thing that I watched last night?
Shoot.
Actually, there's been 3 crazy things that I've watched that I've thought, okay, very interesting, very cool. Okay, so one was there's this journalist I would call him like a journalist, Andrew Callahan, Channel 5 News.
Yes.
I have so much respect for that guy.
He's done some crazy interviews.
Yeah, crazy interviews, but I watched the Hunter Biden.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you were offering up.
And I thought that was really interesting. Love him, hate him, good interview.
Yep.
The second thing, another one by Andrew Callahan he just did, and he was interviewing the 2 guys who head up this artist collective in, I think they're based in Las Vegas. They might be based somewhere else now, but they kind of do stuff all over the States called In Decline. He just did another interview with them. Really great interview.
Okay,
I'd recommend
Channel
it.
5 News. Right?
Channel 5 News is like the YouTube channel that it's called. And I think that it's funny because he calls himself Channel 5 News because it's kind of like a joke.
Yeah.
Because it's like kind of making fun of like actual like news on TV, like mainstream news. But I think he does really great work. I think he tells like a really good nuanced story. And he takes different perspectives, but then he's also like, hey, these are my biases. This is what I think. This is my background, things that I think. So
I feel like a lot more people are like way more appreciative of that type of media.
I know I am. I think that's like what's going to happen. Like, I think that's what the new news space is going to be. So it's like you've had this, basically this collapse of the, quote unquote mainstream media that no one watches anymore or really trusts at all, because they have this huge overhead and really they can only afford to pay not very much money for these like reporting jobs that suck, because and everyone knows that they have like all this bias, and then so like the people who compete for those jobs, it no longer becomes a war of talent. It becomes war of who's the most desperate for that job.
Yeah.
So you don't really get that much like actual talent in those institutions anymore. And those people, because it's way easier, you have way more creative and editorial control and way less overhead if you just make your own YouTube video or Instagram account and just report like that. So I think, and then what you compete on is just being like open on your biases. Be like, yo, these are my biases, so that people are being able to watch it. And then it's like, okay, yeah. And then you have to like prove that you're not just spewing bullshit. Yeah. So and then it becomes super competitive there. So it's like actually, So there is nuances to that where it's like, okay, it's actually, there is still lots of ways that like you can be misled and like be taken way off the truth, but there's also a lot of things where it's like you're getting more truth than you've ever been able to, and there's like this kind of like rising system in place that's going to be able to tell it to you, which I think is cool.
I completely agree, and I tend to find I feel a lot more, I don't know, I was going to say heard, but I feel I can relate more to the Channel 5 guy in terms of the way he's like conversing with these people. Like, I don't know, just even the actual language. It's, I don't know. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. And I would say I agree with you there. Yeah, and because one, he's like, I think he's not only is he like a similar age, but and he speaks like in a way that like, I guess maybe like if I'm talking to like a peer, I would be speaking to rather than like an older person. Yeah. Yeah, speaks as if he's your peer.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a big thing. But then also there's like the acknowledgement that like the world of like our parents' generation, there's the acknowledgement that world doesn't really exist anymore. Mm-hmm. And there's a new world that has a lot of different pressures and challenges that we're actually living in. And I think that's very interesting. And I think that's why I like it as well too, because it's just like, yeah, that world it's there, but it still kind of exists, but also not really.
It's changed.
Yeah, and it's like it that exists in people's minds, and so it's like we have like this weird pretend world that exists in some people's mind, and depending on who you're talking to, it's like you still have to have kind of an idea of what that world is, but at the same time, okay, there's a new world that's more relevant to
and evolving fast
to our to our age demographic, or to it impacts everyone, but there's like this new world, and that's kind of more based in reality than the old fantasy world is. Yeah, or maybe at one point that fantasy world was based in reality, but not really anymore. It's changed.
The dynamic has shifted.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So, so those were the two big Channel 5. Those two interviews, really great interviews. Yeah. I'd recommend it for anyone to go watch.
Okay.
The third thing that I watched just last night, which was crazy. Mm-hmm. Have you heard the comedian Sam Hyde? He was, remember I was telling you about Fish Tank?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the guy who does that.
Yeah.
So this guy, he's very unhinged, and his whole thing is kind of like making people uncomfortable and like kind of pushing boundaries. He interviewed Nick Fuentes last night.
Who's that?
Nick Fuentes is a super controversial figure, kind of like a talking head like Charlie Kirk. Okay. But he's like he dips his toe into, it's like actually he talks more about like race relations and how so it gets really muddy, and so he's kind of like hardcore. He at first was like embraced by the right, and then he's just like, nope, this guy's like too racist, too everything, nope. And so he was on so Nick Fuentes was on Candace Owens talking about, and so his whole thing too is just like so like also like a lot of like anti-Jew stuff, like anti-Jewish stuff, or like not really anti-Jewish stuff, like more just like fuck Israel, like so and Sam Hyde is kind of like that as well too, so he interviewed them, and that was actually a really interesting a super interesting interview as well too, just because it's like he's absolutely hated by like this whole new media sphere as well too, so like usually when a system is casting someone out, in my opinion, there's usually that thing or person is saying something. It might not be the most polished way of saying it, but they're pointing out an uncomfortable truth.
In raw fashion.
And so So I don't know. So that was an interesting one. One of the comments, like on that YouTube video, was, "This is my Super Bowl." It was like, you know, as like a guy who like watches like, like literally, like pretty much that's like my main hobby is like watching like these interesting like interesting people and personalities on the internet and how that shapes our world, and I do that a lot. So. So yeah, I was like thinking about that. I'm just like, yeah, this kind of is my Super Bowl. Like two super one super like a controversial guy who like pushes the edges of things, and a lot of people don't like, but is still kind of like allowed to do shit. And one guy who's like been totally ostracized, and they're talking with each other.
And were they on the Candace Owens show when they did that?
No, so Nick Fuentes, I think last week was on Candace Owens, and no, Sam Hyde hasn't been on Candace Owens. That was just a separate thing. Those two guys.
Oh, I see. And it's Nick Fuentes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do quick.
Yeah, very controversial, like pretty hardcore, like racist shit that he said. But at the same time, there's kernels and it is like quite racist with the guy. But at the same time, it's like there is kernels of truth into some of the stuff that he's commenting to. Like a big one is like the Epstein files and like just like the blackmail that the like Israeli like the Mossad has over pretty much every single political leader.
Every politician.
Yeah.
Can I steal something on my backpack?
Yeah. I got you.
So well, I would like to look that up at some point, just to be able to have a more in-depth.
Yeah.
And who, Nick Fuentes, and who is the other guy?
Sam Hyde.
Yeah.
So interesting. Yeah, and then for the listener, if you're gonna go look that up, just be prepared. It will be some pretty unpopular takes on there, but
potential trigger warning.
Yeah, potential trigger warning for sure. But I don't know, kind of interesting at the same time.
I'm very much torn on. Like, I wouldn't say the issues a lot of these people talk about. Like, obviously, I don't agree with them no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
What I find is, like, when we're talking about censorship nowadays, and how in, like, I think it's Australia, this is less of censorship, more just about government oversight. I think you have to be 16 to use YouTube in Australia now. And I think in the UK, if you say something it doesn't really need to be that offensive. You can still like get like fined or arrested.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's why honestly, for as crazy as America is, I have like my freedom loving side. I'm so thankful for the US and the freedom of speech and like the people who like get riled up and crazy about that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, man, I don't want to live in a world like that. That sucks.
It would be very... Well, I mean, look at CBC here. I mean, we don't even have... You can't get the news... What is it, on Meta?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, and what really pisses me off is, I think we've talked about this in the past. If you go on YouTube and you go to a CBC video, there are no comments.
They turn the comments off
on a single video, and it's infuriating.
Man, yes, I hate that. To me, that's like the CBC thing is like, and with the comments off, any quasi they have like legit thing, and it has the comments off.
Yeah.
I should preface, there are some exceptions to this, but if that's like the default, like no comments, or it's like you have to sign in and to like, it's like, I don't know, it makes it very hard to comment on the video or what they're saying.
An approved viewer.
Yeah, the approved viewer thing. Oh man, gross, barf.
It's
like that
comments
is
are limited.
That is yeah. That to me is a sign of institutional decline. It's like this is on its way out.
It's crazy. Like I'm on YouTube right now, and you can look at any of these videos and make sure to use them.
Yeah.
And none of them have comments on. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's infuriating as well too. It's just like why can't I talk about this, or like what's.
It's like you want to have actual input to a story that can potentially affect you.
Yeah.
On a real level, and it's like you can't even just like say, "Hey, maybe here's my opinion."
Yeah.
And it's like it's a public it's a public
disservice. Yeah. Is what it is.
And it's a public broadcast service too.
Yeah.
Like our
it's
tax money funds that
for anything. It's just like, why is it like a private YouTuber who like is like the most in depth and on what his audience wants and thinks about his content, and then something for the public doesn't even take public comment on what it does.
It's wild. It is absolutely wild.
It's I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that I don't know. I feel like it could be saved, but
I feel like
they could do like really easy things to turn it around.
Yes.
But they're not, and I don't know who makes the decisions there, but they suck. They're not with it. They're out to lunch, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like, at least, people can say what they want about U.S. media. At least they leave their comments on.
Literally.
Fox, CNN, MSNBC, all the big ones.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're more willing to listen.
For sure.
To the public.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't think that's a hyperbolic statement either. I think they're seriously like, I feel like the government, maybe this could be, we're in Western province, Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe I could be overreacting, maybe I'm not, but I feel like our voices are less heard here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think for sure on that comment, on a bunch of different levels.
Yeah.
I think on the CBC level, I think, they pretty much just care about, I don't know what that, I don't know. I had too much emotions wrapped up in this one. I'm like,
what do you think of Wexit?
Ooh, nice segue.
Thank you.
I don't know. I understand why it exists, and it's interesting because I've been starting to, because at first I was like, everyone wants to leave.
Do you want to quickly explain what the
to the viewer,
to our viewers who are maybe not Alberta or Calgary based?
Yes. Okay. So Wexit essentially is a political movement to separate. And honestly, I listened to an interesting interview. I want to message the guy because he's Calgary based. So I want to see if we can get him on, and then that'd be cool if we could get him on to kind of explain it to us. But from my uneducated view on it, is that it's essentially a political movement to separate Alberta, Saskatchewan, and BC. So originally, mostly Alberta, but right now there's contingents on trying to get Saskatchewan and BC into this deal as well too, separate them from Canada, and really just like the control over over their kind of economic and political future from the Ottawa government. And honestly, at first I was like, nah, I don't know. I don't think that could happen. But I've met a couple people, and even there's like someone in my, like in our personal life. I won't say it now because I don't. Oh, maybe I'll reach out to them. Maybe they'll come on and talk about it. Yeah. But who are getting involved in it, and there's like a lot of people who are. I don't know.
A lot of people are taking it really seriously.
Yeah, and
which is like totally fair.
Yeah, 100%, and it's interesting too because like we're.
Have you heard of sorry, continue.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's interesting because, yeah, like at first I was like, nah, like probably not, but like just in my personal life, I'm being more exposed to like people who are be like, yeah, like I think that's a good thing, 100%. Or like it's like, or it's like hell yeah,
this could work.
Yeah, this could work.
Well, I've heard obviously there are multiple different ideas: join the U.S., become an independent country.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. The one I've heard the most, though, is that if Alberta were to separate, Saskatchewan would most likely follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would leave BC essentially landlocked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't be landlocked, but they'd be shut out from the rest of the country. Because if they want to use the railway, pipelines, anything, they can't go through Alberta and Saskatchewan. So they'd most likely come along as well.
Yeah, I agree. And then
so it'd be a 3-province sort of movement.
And honestly, that would actually be probably, I think it would actually be economically beneficial to everyone in those places.
100%. And it would be a big problem.
Oh, yeah.
For the Canadian government.
Oh, 100%.
As a country.
It would be a huge problem.
I've heard things, and in regards to like the demography of the eastern part of Canada, it would be essentially it would turn into a cold Mexico.
Yeah.
In terms of their like financial situation, I don't know what Mexico's demography actually looks like, but I do know Canada's is an upside down pyramid, and a ton of our population is aging very fast. Less so in Alberta, more so in Quebec and Ontario. But that would be really bad. Obviously, that's not going to happen tomorrow. But if that were to happen, that could pose a lot of issues for the rest of Canada.
Yeah. So to the viewer, I'll try and get this guy on. That would be actually a really interesting one to have on, or just to talk to him, because what he was saying too is that before we go down before you start going down the road of separation, which is possible, but it's very difficult to do, and then to undo what you could do before you start walking. Like, you can escalate to that. That is a good negotiation point. But before that, there is I think he was saying, like, in terms of, there's for a couple different things. One of them was immigration, but there's a couple other ones where the province can exert its right on a few different topics that Alberta currently is not, where Quebec is. So like Quebec, it kind of, and his whole thing was just like what Quebec and Alberta don't realize, and I've noticed this as well too. There's like, for a long time, there's like this underlying rhetoric there. It's like Alberta doesn't like Quebecers, Quebecers don't like Albertans. But what he was saying is like, oh, what those two provinces don't realize is they're actually unlikely allies. Where it's like Quebec has done a lot of the work of like setting itself up so that it has like kind of special, like it has a special place within like the Constitution of Canada. Alberta could do the same, that it just hasn't pursued it yet. So I think that would be an interesting. I think that would be the best next step to pursue, is just like making sure that it's just like using its rights to the fullest. And honestly, I know Danielle Smith is a controversial figure.
Yep.
I think that she does a lot of stuff for Alberta. I think she does a lot of stuff. I think she negotiates from a place of strength with Alberta. She uses like the assets of the province to negotiate with Ottawa.
If you're looking from like a fiscal perspective, I think she's done a lot of things for the province.
Yeah.
obviously a certain social issues.
Not as.
It's complicated.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, and I don't. I try and be an optimist with whatever I'm approaching in life. So hopefully,
yeah.
I just know she's ruffled some feathers in that regard, but
yeah, I know too. Like, man, it's tough. I guess like that's like the real. I think that's always been a challenge in democracy, but I think also especially like in our time is just like that. Just like there really is like there is no room right now for the fiscally conservative liberal or the socially liberal conservative in the
which is wild because like that
it's like that's like most people. It's like that's 100%. Like that's where most people are. Most people are like, I don't really give a fuck about what you do. Just let me have a family and live a good life.
Well, yeah, 100%. And like for the most of my life, I would say I've considered myself like a centrist.
Yeah.
In most regards.
Yes.
And now it's like you have it.
There is no centrist party. There is no centrism.
Side, but like you essentially you do.
Yeah.
When it comes to voting.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell? Like, it's crazy.
It's
and what's interesting too.
I think that's where you get like the disaffected youth or the disaffected young people thing, because it's like, you look over at it and it's just like, okay, I like that part there, but fuck that. And it's like, okay, let's see the other guys. Well, I like that part, but fuck that. And it's like, okay, well, fuck this. Like, I don't want.
Yeah. I was listening to an interview by Stephen Harper, and this is from a while ago. But he was saying when Trudeau initially ran in 2015, he ran as a fiscally conservative, socially liberal leader, and then it just obviously not
swung left
anymore, but it just swung so far out of left. But I do think that in terms of policy and social discourse, there's a bit of a correction happening right now.
Yeah,
where it swung really far to the left. And now it's, swinging a bit more to the right. Not to say that we're, far right or anything like that. But as a society, I think things are more closer to the middle now than they are to the left or the right.
Yeah.
Which I think is important.
Yeah.
People might not agree because of who's in power in the States. But if you look here, we still have a liberal prime minister. And I don't know. It's very... very complicated issue.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is a bit more...
It's also really kind of shitty because it's like, because the discourse has become so heated and emotional, is that when you start to talk about politics, like even a conversation like this, like most people don't want to engage in a conversation about it because you risk alienation from like your colleagues.
Your opinions.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like it's like, oh man, that fucking sucks.
It does suck. And it's weird too because like it's interesting because I can't remember who I was talking to about this, but it's like in like when we grew up in elementary to junior high and high school, it was almost rude to ask someone like, oh, who did you vote for? I remember teachers being like, hey, don't ask that, or like don't like hearing teachers tell or students be like, I'm not talking about that with you. I get why you wouldn't ask a teacher, but other people, your parents would tell you, oh, it's rude to ask. Yeah. I don't feel like it's like that anymore, though. Yeah. Like, I feel like you're almost expected to pick a side.
Yeah, like the tribalism has become more intense, which I don't think it was. I think that's kind of all that it has always been there to a certain extent. But yeah, it's
but I think it's important to have the conversations like we are currently. Yeah. And to do it in like a cool, calm, collected way. Yeah. Yeah. Which is, I think, a lost art.
I think it is. And I think it is completely, obviously. Yeah. It's hard. It is harder to do. Yeah.
Especially when you have people riling up the masses.
Yeah.
And everyone, I almost feel like it's more like not who's right about a conversation, so you can get more like wins in a debate almost. Yeah. Is what most of these like things end up turning into.
I agree. Yeah. So I think that's true.
But I think it's getting, I don't know. It changes.
Yeah.
It really does. From day to day. It's like it can be good one day, it can be bad, but it is good to see that people are engaged. Like, even young people are engaging in these kind of...
Yeah.
Like, I saw this podcast. I'll find out the name of it. But they're like these 15, 16-year-old kids talking about, like, politics. And just like, how... In Canada. It's like, how can we make this and this better? What do you think? Like, how is our generation being affected and what are we doing about it?
Yeah.
It was cool to see. And they were, normal kids for the most part didn't know that they're...
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Politically interested youth.
Yeah. Did we ever have, this is, did we ever have, like, a debate team at our school? I don't think we did.
We had, like, a debate.
A debate, like project.
Yeah.
Slash, like,
I remember
event
that.
happening.
Yeah.
But I don't think we actually had a team.
Yeah. No. Yeah, well, yeah. Not a team.
No.
No.
I don't think there was that.
But there was, like, an event.
In private school. Well, maybe there was.
Yeah. I guess it depends on the school.
Let me ask you this. This is a bit of a throwback question. And for the viewers, you can think about this answer as well. If there's something from high school or junior high or elementary that you wish you picked up or tried that you didn't, what do you think that would be? Something you wish you did in school that you didn't get a chance or didn't want to do at the time?
Learning a language.
Learning a language? Italian?
I think any Italian, Spanish, or Chinese.
Okay. You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
A good friend of mine, her boyfriend speaks Chinese.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he took it in high school. He's only he's in his mid-20s, but...
Nice.
So, but yeah, he took... Yeah, anyways.
I guess that French
Chinese is
a
handy one, though.
Yeah.
Especially in, like, business and, like...
It'd be cool, yeah. It'd
be very cool.
I think it'd be helpful to have.
Ni hao.
Ni hao, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
You know what I was thinking about? Drama.
Oh, yeah, I would have done...
I think that would have been really cool, because, like, something I'm obsessed with now is, like, TV and movies. And if there was, like, a dream job now, I think it would have been acting. Would have been really cool to, like, try and take a go at.
Yeah. I think I agree. Or, for me...
or an instrument.
Stand-up.
Stand-up's a good one.
Yeah. I told you that I went and tried, like, I've done a couple open mics. It's so fucking hard.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, you get up there, and then, at least for me, I find that, like, for me, when it comes to, like, pressure situations, if I'm doing something, like, let's say there's an emergency, I'm very calm, I'm able to handle what's going on. But when it comes to speaking in an emergency, mind goes blank. And so I get up there and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
So I've done 3 speeches in my life. I've winged all of them. And I don't know whether it's a pressure situation or just like a fear of perfecting a speech. But each time I kind of went at it open-minded. Just kind of like, hey, let's go with the flow. It's worked out fairly well both times. One of them being our graduation.
I remember. Yeah, that was a good speech.
Thank you. I said sex during it, though.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah.
I got a good laugh from the crowd, which I think was a happy mistake.
Yeah. It worked well. It did. Worked in your favor.
It did. I remember Rob came up to me after the speech. He's like, man, you made me feel so much better. Like, this is going to be easy. You took all the pressure off. And I was like, oh, fuck. But yeah, it was... They've been good.
Yeah.
But stand-up's a good one. Do you have a favorite comedian that does stand-up?
I like Matt McCusker a lot. He does a podcast with Shane Gillis.
Oh, yeah,
Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast.
I was going to say Shane's my favorite.
Yeah, I like Shane a lot as well, too. I like all kind of like those guys at the moment. Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker, I like. Yeah. Those are probably my 2 favorite at the moment. Like
Sam Morril and like.
I do, but not as much, and I don't know why, but
yeah.
I like Theo Vaughn, but like most of their stuff is mostly podcast stuff.
Yeah,
but Shane's stand up is good.
Do you like Tom Segura?
I'm lukewarm on Tom Segura.
What about Bill Burr?
Bill Burr I like, but he hasn't put something out for a long time.
Dave Chappelle?
Dave Chappelle I like, although I find him kind of like, I don't know, I don't, because he's like, I do like his stuff and I do find it funny. I also find that like he also hasn't put in a lot of stuff out and lately, so it feels like it's funny, but it's dated.
There's this Indian guy who does one with Andrew Schultz. I forget.
Oshkosh. No, not Oshkosh. Akash.
He is so funny.
Akash. I can't remember his last name. Yeah, he has some good ones.
He has some good ones. Yeah, stand-up, I think comedy is so important. It's so good for your health, like having a good laugh.
I agree.
And I also think it's a great way to deal with the harder things in life. Like comedy is a way to process and kind of cope with, shitty things.
Yeah.
So I think it's important.
I think it's super important. I think that's actually one of the... I have so much respect for that profession and like someone who can do that well. Because it's... Yeah, you're taking something that's... It's like, you observe truth and then you say it in a way where it might be a painful or... it's typically like a painful truth, and then you share it in a way that like brings joy to people. I remember. I think that's one of my earliest memories is like I would always watch these stand-up comedians with my dad. Like my dad would like, oh, like watch this or come watch this with me, and I always remember being like so impressed of like how do these people. Like even like watching like people do public speaking as well too. Yeah. It's just like, especially when I was younger, being like, how do you even do that? I can't even begin to think about being given a microphone and saying something.
Yeah, it's weird.
And so, but that was like one of my first things was like sitting there with my dad and then this person saying something and then my dad laughing and like being like, oh, like that's, and like bringing like so much joy to someone that you love, right? And it's like, whoa, that's like a cool thing to be able.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I remember one of the earlier comedians who was kind of canceled, but kind of got uncanceled was Louis C.K.
Yeah.
And it was an
Louis C.K. one. I like Louis C.K.
And me and my dad, similar story. We're watching it, and we were just howling, laughing, and it's just like, oh my, like some of the stuff these people say too. It's like, dear Lord, but you can't cancel comedy. That is one thing I've witnessed as well. It's like, as hard as people can try, it's like, but that's comedy. It's like you're not trying to, well, I don't know.
You're trying to make people laugh.
Yeah, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
And sometimes offensive, dark stuff is hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's not meant in like a malicious way either.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Those are some of my favorite comedians. And what was what's his last name?
Matt McCusker.
Okay, yeah, he's funny too.
Yeah.
Shane was talking about movies the other day, and they were talking about oh god, I can't remember the name of the stupid movie now, but they do movie reviews. I think it was Black Panther, and it was really funny. I'll send you some of these, but yeah, Shane. What did you watch the ESPYs?
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job.
I thought so too, but people hated it.
I don't know. I feel like that was like
really outrageous.
That was hilarious. I love that. So remember, he's like, "That's my friend's." He's just like, "Congratulations to so and so, 5-time NBA All-Star or WNBA All-Star," and they pointed, and then everyone's like kind of clapping. It's just like, "Just kidding, guys. That's my friend's wife." That's Matt McCusker and his wife that he pointed to. Yeah.
That is so funny.
Yeah. So that was I thought he had some really good ones.
Yeah.
So so I like who's your favorite right now?
Comedian? Ooh, probably Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
I think he's He is going to be acting in that new movie with Christian Bale and the football movie.
Oh, Christian Bale's in a football movie?
Yeah, he's. I'm going to look it up really quick. Shea Gillis got a part in it though. Apparently, it's. I don't know if it's super significant, but it looks. I'm gonna do this really fast.
Yeah. Huh. I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah. He's with. Okay, here we go.
All right, let's go.
Madden. Okay. Madden is an upcoming American biographical sports drama film directed by David O. Russell and written by Russell from an earlier version by Cameron Clark. The film stars Nicolas Cage as John Madden alongside Christian Bale, John Mulaney, Catherine Hahn, Sienna Merrill, and Shane Gillis.
When does it say it comes out?
It is expected to come out, I think 2027 would make the most sense.
I'd go watch that in a heartbeat. That sounds hilarious. I would too. John Madden. Well, here's a guy.
Nicolas Cage is wild.
Yo, Matt, yeah. NHL, like, remember, yeah. Early, like, 2000s, or not early, like, early to mid 2000s, like, NHL and football games. Yeah. Such a huge impact on my life.
Oh, Madden? That is a fun video game.
I think Madden 04 was not my favorite, but my first exposure to Madden.
Yeah.
And that was it was John Madden. Now here's a guy.
Yeah.
I think we got a PlayStation 2 for Christmas, and we had that. We got Madden with it. I think that was what happened with that, and then same with like I think it was Madden 04. It was either I think it was Madden 04 and NHL 04 were huge ones. And then were like my first exposure to it, and then it was Madden 06. And we pretty much got a new one every time. Like, well, maybe not.
That was
either every year, every second year. Yeah.
The Danny Heatley cover was 04. That's what I thought.
Nice. Yeah. Well, actually, which one had the Colorado Avalanche guy? So it might check 04. So check 05 or 06. I think it was Joe Sakic, maybe. Or at least in my mind, it was
so 05
Avalanche.
Was Marcus Naslund. That's also sweet.
What was your first exposure?
To video games? Or
no, to either Madden or Chell.
Oh, it might have been 03 then. Chell would have been one of the later ones. Like, 03 was Joe McGinley.
I wonder which one had the Avalanche guy, or maybe like like how your brain like plays tricks on you sometimes.
Avalanche video game cover. I'm not seeing anything.
I'll have to look. That'll be my homework for next week.
98? NHL 98?
98. That'd be too early.
No, that was Peter Forsberg.
That would be too early. I wouldn't have played that one.
Yeah. Nope. Well, we'll find that out. That's our homework.
Yeah.
And then, but no, my favorite. I don't know what my introduction to the sports ones would be. It would have been in the 10s. 2011, 2010 would make the most sense.
Yeah.
I started with Call of Duty. Video games.
Which one?
Modern Warfare, the first one.
Modern Warfare. Oh,
those games were awesome. That Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. Do you remember chat lobbies in Modern Warfare 2?
Oh.
Those places are a dark place.
It's an amazing place. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
Oh yeah, some people, it was the worst. But I had a blast.
Yeah.
I remember playing Search and Destroy nonstop for Modern Warfare 2.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Modern Warfare 2, I played so much of.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Do you remember and some of our listeners might remember this too, the No Russian mission?
Yep. Yeah, the campaign was rocker.
It was pretty bonkers. Like,
yeah, just me. Okay, when would that have been? I was like 2000. Yeah, I think I was in like grade. That was like kind of grade 7, grade 8 time period.
Yeah,
just me at Christmas, I played the campaign, I think, in 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, when I first got it. And it was, like, me in the middle of the night. And it was in our kitchen. And, like, our kitchen had, like a little TV in it. So I hooked it up to that. And it was me. And because we got Modern Warfare 2. But then we also got, like, the Tony... I can't remember what... Maybe it was Skate 3. I think, you know, Skate 3, it came with, like, the actual skateboard that you could stand on. So it was me standing on that. But then I, like, switched it out for...
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare. And so I was just standing on the skateboard, like a foot away from the screen. And then, like, I must have been, like, 13 or 14 at the time. Yeah. And then No Russian comes on, and I'm like, whoa, this is crazy.
What am I doing?
Yeah, don't know how that affected me, or I'm sure it definitely left an impact of some kind, but very interesting. So.
Have you heard about? Great video game.
Yeah.
But have you heard about the new GTA? GTA 6.
I've watched a trailer for
it. 5? I think it's 6.
It's 6. Yeah, GTA 6. Yeah.
Have you heard how much money it's supposed to make in its first year?
$1 billion.
Apparently, it's supposed to generate like 1.5 billion.
Interesting.
Which is absurd.
Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of there's so many funny memes because like whenever like a major event happens, which obviously right now is a lot, like all the comments will be like, got this before GTA 6, got this before GTA 6. So that was funny. And then they finally released a trailer / like timeline for it. So okay, well I gotta use the bathroom and we're at about an hour, so dear viewer, thank you for listening, and
thank you very much,
and we'll see you on the next one. Okay,
righto,
bye.